All right, I think we're live. Nope. Nope. Oh, wait. It does say we're live. I'm so confused.
What you
Technology,
just
yeah.
said to me?
It's definitely looking at me. We're definitely
Greg,
live.
we're
Okay, cool.
live. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Hey, I'm sorry. Hey, this is confusing to me. So, all right. Well,
One button,
yeah.
customize, click.
It's okay. Yeah. Well, here we are. This is chapter 36 of the DC Alliance podcast. My name is Craig, the Bad Daddy 52, and as always, I'm joined by my homeboy Travis. Of course, I probably need to
You'll have
record
to
on
excuse
Zencaster.
me. You'll have to excuse me for
See,
a
dude, you
second,
got me.
listeners,
You got me
because
confused with the
Greg
thing.
hasn't recorded on lit Zencaster and not tweeted the link, which is what we agreed to do before we would say that we're going live. Which honestly, listeners, we agreed to that 30 seconds ago, so I can't really excuse my co-host there for just going on and
No, see, you told me don't hit record till right before we're ready to go live, and I forgot because I was trying to figure out if we were going live or not. And then the tweet, I couldn't tweet it out until after we're live because I don't have the address for it, so I don't have it at least. But anyway, yeah. Hey, what's up?
We'll wait for a second before we before you go into the hell start of the show, and I'll just tweet out the link. That's
Gotcha.
all.
I'm tweeting it out as we speak. So
Only one from the.
gotcha. So are you doing it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You go and do it.
Welcome, listeners, to Greg Tries Travis's Patience. You're here today.
Not very organized.
Now
Sorry about that.
You can hit record and we can go.
I've already hit record, sir.
Oh,
I don't mind cutting the minute out. Like, anyway, well, here we are. Once again, chapter 36. You already know us, man. I'm the Bat Daddy 52, Greg. With me, Travis. How you doing, bud?
Pretty good, Greg. Took a little bit, but we're going here now. We're up and lifting. Yeah. I'm blaming it on the beard. I think you see things more clear when you have a shaved beard.
Interesting theory, but we'll see. Anyway, all right. Well, we're here tonight. Weekly show. Monday, we got a lot of news to talk about tonight. Some Snyder stuff, some Batwoman, a little bit of random news. But before we get into all that, of course, we're going to plug the network. And we are part of the Geek Ultimate Alliance Network, where you can find shows 7 days a week. World's Finest True Believers, DC Alliance Podcast, Star Wars Alliance Podcast, Marvel Alliance Podcast, Ranger Alliance Podcast, Slice of Film, superhero discussion, Super Civil Servants, Weird Science, DC and Marvel. You can find the links and the places to find all those shows in the description of this show. Go check it out when you get done. 7 days a week. We're dropping everything. And then we also have a Patreon account. The Patreon account has 2 tiers. It's got a $5 tier, a $1 tier, which is the tip jar. And we thank everybody so much for doing that and helping us keep the lights on. And then a $5 tier where you can get ad-free early and patron exclusive episodes. So definitely check it out. And everybody who supports us, we thank you very much. And as Nathan always reminds me, this is an ad-supported network. So we will have a few ads as we go through this network, through this show. So what's up, man? You want to say something?
No, that was a good job.
Okay.
Say eventually we'll get one of us will finally get a full smooth without stopping or fumbling one. I think you'll be there before me though, from the science. But you just one hubbub there with the $5, and you would flick the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But you see me counting you listed off all 10 podcasts, and you smoothly transitioned into the Patreon. And you forgot the $1 tier. So close, Greg. So close.
Almost there, man. That's my life story.
There. Like,
so
close. I'm a little bit further behind. Like I mumble I try to throw in the days of the week, and sometimes I decided to stop doing that because that'll mess you up. That's not too bad. Yeah.
Too much thinking.
These could be conversations that we could have had off air, but I think these are the ones that listeners might want to hear.
Yeah, exactly. Everybody wants to speak behind the curtain, you know.
But we got a hell of a lot of news. We got Batwoman to talk about, and we got some Snyder stuff there that I can't wait to get into, Greg. We finally got a date, and we'll get into that after we talk about some of these topics that we have here today.
Let's get it going.
Yeah, well, and first and foremost, I'm just jumping right in with probably my favorite thing in the TV side, which is casting announcement from Shadow of the Bat. A new hero arrives to join season 3 of DC Titans. This is from Titans Max account. Please welcome Jay Licurgo as Tim Drake. So we're getting Tim Drake. We're getting Person of Colors, Tim Drake. First of all, I just wanted to say that, get that out there, because I've seen some people. It doesn't matter to Tim Drake's backstory at all, what nationality, creed, what anything he is, as long as he just has the qualities of that Tim Drake, of great detective, great individual. That's all. Good story. I'm a little concerned about this, Greg. We'll get into that, but I just want to know what your thoughts are.
I'm excited to see it. I really enjoyed Titans as a show. I haven't really been upset with any of their casting so far. I don't know anything about this guy, but I can't say anything bad about it. I have no problem with the casting. I like the description of it. It says he's described as a streetwise kid who's managed to grow up on the toughest streets without losing his indelible belief in heroism. His easygoing demeanor is backed up by a near genius mind, a natural detective with a perception of detail far beyond his years. So I think it'll be cool to see all three Robins on screen.
Well,
different.
Yes, there'll be different ones. Like you'll get just one Robin, but all three of the people that used to be Robin. Yeah. And this was interesting. I don't know if will we get to see Batman in the suit this season. I don't know. Will he find Batman? Will they change around his backstory at all? I'm very interested to see what they do. I have some worry here, Greg, if I'm being honest with you, because you're already doing the Red Hood. So that is already something that you have to undertake. And I'm afraid with their track record that if they have too many things in the mix, that it's not going to work. That they're going to mix up. They're going to forget stuff. They're going to fumble storylines. So I'm a little worried. I'm excited to see Tim Drake. Somebody check on Brant from Family Borders,
right?
Because he must be freaking out when he read this. I'm super excited. But yeah, I just hope they don't tightens this up a little bit there. Most of their characters I enjoy, though, so I don't know how much I have to worry. And I also don't want to say that there's somebody that broke this beforehand, and I really dismissed it because it was from a Facebook group. It turned out to be Wright, so that person also a week back said the Joker was going to be in this, and they had him cast. So take with that what you want, what you will, but.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't put any. Everybody, even a blind squirrel finds a nut. So I don't really put any credence on. I don't know anything about the person you're talking about or anything like that. But maybe they do have some kind of inside track. I'll just wait till I get the news. In my opinion, they've already had the Joker in there at least one time. So
what?
I know I say that just to piss you off.
Yeah. No,
the scene you won't talk about, Batman killing Joker.
Oh my God, that's not. Yeah,
I know.
I'm not saying we won't talk about it.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying to mess with you. Yeah, it's gonna be. I said the most important thing for me with Titans is how they stick the landing. Not knowing anything of where they're going to go with the season. I don't think it's a bad thing bringing new characters in. I don't think they're going to get too crowded.
Well, what in your track record tells you that they can smoothly end everybody's storyline successfully?
True, but you don't have to end a storyline at the end of every season, right? You can have storylines carry over into seasons.
Well, you got to conclude, though. You got to conclude. They have a story arc for the season. You have to conclude that.
Maybe
every character goes through a story arc for a season. Now, sometimes they might continue on, but even then, eventually you have to conclude them. But like when you fumble on 2 straight finales and a season premiere, the second season premiere that wasn't very received, minus the last couple minutes where you saw Deathstroke and the Deathstroke costume reveal. So I'm just worried with, I don't know, I want them to, I'm just worried because I want them to be successful. Like I want this to be critically acclaimed and also successful show for them this season because I want more of it because I think you can expand this so much further. Like, we can eventually get this to like Young Justice levels. So,
well, we need more than just fans like you and I to really like the show. You want people who have never seen Titans that are going to see it on.
You need to stick the land. You need to have good stories. That's why, like, for example, Daredevil in Marvel Netflix, like there's a whole bunch of people that wouldn't even watch that, and they did a fantastic job.
Yeah,
and brought a lot of general audience in. So,
and I wanted to go back to a point you were saying earlier too about Batman being on screen. You don't know if you're going to see him in the suit again. I think you will at some point in time see Batman in the suit, even if it's brief, because I look at it like this with Superman, like in the DCCW, it was never Superman, never Batman. You don't want those two on small screen. You want to save them for the big screen type deal. and then they tested it with Superman. They put Superman in an episode, then a
That's
few
not
episodes.
why. That's not why I'm saying we won't see Batman. See, that's what you're I'm saying that because they have a 60-year-old man cast as Batman. That's Bruce Wayne.
I
That's
get
why
that.
I'm
Yeah.
saying that. Like,
Well,
that's
even
why I'm saying it.
I mean,
I'm
just
not
even in a
saying it
flashback.
because that's
I just mean see Batman.
yeah, but that concept that you're saying of just because characters during the movies can't be on TV, that's kind of going out the window. If not already 100% gone, that is pretty close to gone out the window. So I don't think that. I just think that because Glenn is so old that I don't see them.
Oh yeah, I don't
doing
see
that.
him in the cape and the cowl. Like I said, you might be able to see a flashback. You got 3 Robins here.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying
a lot
we
of Batman
won't. I'm
background.
just would like to see some of him in the present day, but with the Bruce Wayne, I don't think we will.
Yeah, very true. What else, man?
Okay, well, we'll go on to just a quick beat. Well, actually, before that, HBO Max is getting Justice League Unlimited, and Static Shock in the month of February. Justice League, I think, is already there, and Static Shock comes on the 15th. We talked about this on Superhero Discussions this past week, Friday. We also reviewed Robin's Reckoning, which was quite the fantastic two-parter. Greg really loved it. I almost thought I was going to build up his expectations too much, but I never. So tune into there to get our little thoughts about those 2 shows coming there. We're going to try and transition to more any animated news. If we got a lot of stuff, we'll talk about it there.
Yep.
So it's skipping past that. Great news for video game fans. WB Games says there's going to be no delays for Gotham Knights. It's still on track to drop this year. So that's great news. I'm really excited to try this game. I don't think Batman is going to be dead for forever. I think that by game's end, he'll be discovered. But I'm just really excited to try all the 4 different characters and their fighting styles, and just I wish I could have this game right now.
Yeah, I don't get excited for too many games that aren't sports games, and this one excites me. Especially because I can get on and play with other people. So I'm excited to see it. I don't know. Once again, it's tough for me to buy games at my age, family, and everything, and just time to play them. But I will at some point in time find some kind of way to play this game, even if I have to rent it from a Redbox or something like that. But yeah, it's good. We don't have a solid date for it, do we? We just know it's this year.
I think there is a solid date, but I can't really remember. Or maybe it might just be this year. It could very well be. I think, or I know that Suicide Squad, Justice League, or Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. That's what it's titled. Yeah, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is titled for 2020.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's all the news we have about that.
Yep.
What else we got for? Hang on. Just go on to the next news story, and I'll take care of that background noise.
Okay. Yeah, well, with Dolph Lundgren confirming that Aquaman 2 starts filming this summer, which goes with Abdul Yamateen showing his hair that he's getting ready for Aquaman. It's crazy. Like, we're going to have 5 DC films filming the same year with Shazam, Fury of God, Black Adam, the Batman, Aquaman, and the Flash. So now, Black Adam and the Flash, I'm going to need to see set pictures before I believe that it's actually filming. But I don't know. I don't think this has ever happened before. Pretty sure no either. So this is impressive that they've had 5. They'll have 5 movies going to one time, and that means we're going to get a lot of DC content going forward.
But barring delays, but yeah.
Well, Flash is a prime example. That's supposed to be filmed since 20.
Flash has been on like a 5 or 4 or 5.
So that's why I said I need set. Same thing with Black Adam. So that's why I need set pictures for those. So let's say 3 films are filming for sure this year, and 2 films are tentative until we see the actual set photos.
I'm more confident in Black Adam than I am Flash, to be truly honest with you.
I don't want to say that I'm not confident in either, because most, like, the Flash one is like just so much news been leaked about it. That's happening now. I'm pretty confident of that. So the one that and the Black Adam, nobody's going to say no to the Rock. So I just because they've been delayed so many times, I need to see set pictures before I believe it.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. Yeah, like I said, I'm confident both of them are going to happen. Like you said, I'm more confident that in Black Adam because I feel like I've heard more about Black Adam recently than I have about Flash, maybe ever, other than bad news about Flash. You know, but we'll see. Hopefully, they're going to be all there. It'll be fun. A lot of news coming out lately. Did you freeze up on me? I think you did. Well, okay. So I guess I'm going to carry this one right here. Well, let me find an article here to talk about. And I know Jeffrey, we were going to talk about a Jeffrey Wright podcast. Jeffrey Wright's going to be doing the voice of Batman on a podcast here. Let me just pull up this. Well, I guess I got to get the right Twitter account. See, this is what happens whenever Travis leaves me and I have no news. He's the news guy.
I'm back.
You're back. Okay, cool. Sorry, I was about to go in the Jeffrey Wright podcast story just to carry me over till you got back.
It's the internet connection that's coming up. The internet connection isn't stable, so that's kind of not fun. Yay, bad weather. But what did you finish off your thoughts there?
Yeah, for the most part. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know what was going on. What was going on? Like you just weren't responding. I was like, wait a second, is he going? So
the thing froze up.
Yeah, no problem. Well, I guess we should go ahead and talk about it then. While you were gone, I was just going to talk about the Jeffrey Wright podcast from the Boris Kid announced what he tweeted out.
Yeah,
just to carry me over until you got back. So Boris Kit tweeted out that Jeffrey Wright is going to star as the Dark Knight and Batman: The Audio Adventures, a new podcast film on from HBO Max. It's a comedic take on the hero from SNL's Dennis McNicholas. I don't know who that is, or Dennis McNicholas. Excuse me. I'll listen to it.
Oh, anything Batman I'm going to consume, but we got this. This was dropped before that we're actually no. This might have been we also getting one from Goyer as well. Mm-hmm. He's going to write some things, so we're going to get that. I think it might be on Spotify, exclusive to Spotify. I'm pretty sure.
I don't know how many more podcasts I can take on to listen to.
Still,
I'm so far behind.
So tapped out in the podcast way.
I feel like I have to be walking around always having a podcast playing in my ear wherever I'm going.
Interesting. I think podcast medium is only just surface is only being scratched. So I hope that we don't get the day where you have to pay for episodes of podcasts. But I feel like that eventually we're going to get to that point.
You think so?
Yeah, I think for big stuff, eventually 5-10 years down the road, you'll have to pay like 20 cents an episode or what do you call it for a download. I really do.
Like a subscription per month type deal.
Yeah. I feel that would probably happen down the line. But let's not go to my bleak outlook on what may happen. Let's talk about DC announcing 4 new animated short films, including Constantine and Blue Beetle.
Yes.
So DC announced Thursday that it's developing 4 new animated short films. The films will be based on characters including Blue Beetle and Constantine, as well as The Last Boy on Earth, Kamadi, and Vertigo's The Losers. So this is super interesting to me. The shorts will be will be included as part of an upcoming DC releases of DC Universe movie collections, with the exception of the lengthier Constantine film, which will serve as an anchor for a collection of short films in 2022. All 4 new short films are being produced by Rick Morales, who previously worked on Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge, which I watched, and it was a little gory and like fatality for my taste, but I still enjoyed it. It was a good story, and so really interested in that. I love these little shorts that come with the movies. The ones with Death and Family were great. So interested. I love both characters, Blue Beetle and Constantine, especially Blue Beetle. Something I'm interested to see. Hopefully that can build some more momentum for that character.
I sure hope so. I really do.
I'd love to see him show up on Titans if they got a 4th season.
Oh my goodness gracious. Yes, I agree, man. Awesome character. And that I don't know. There's a lot of characters I think that could do some justice here in the future to put them on screen, but Blue Beetle's definitely one of them. Okay, when they say shorts, like is this
10, 15 minutes, something like that?
So there's like not
nice Green Arrow one.
Gotcha.
There's a nice Green Arrow one where he saves princess at the airport from the Dark Archer. So there's a lot of cool ones like that. So that's essentially what they are. Did you purchase Death in the Family physically?
Yes.
Well, on that there are, I want to say 4 shorts.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're like that. It's pretty cool. It's just another way to tell stories. Uh, just to get them in there with like tell extra stories for some of these cool characters. Uh, one of my favorites is Spectre.
I have to check it out.
Yeah. I guess the other thing for you, I don't read the Sandman, but Netflix Sandman, every actor and character were confirmed. So
Yes, I was sitting here looking at this, and I don't know if I recognize to see Tom Studridge's Dream, Gwendolyn Christie is Lucifer, Vivian, oh, gosh, I can't pronounce her last name. Akimapong is Lucine. Charles Dance is Roderick Burgess. Boyd Holbrook is the Corinthian.
et
Lee,
cetera, et cetera.
yeah, like, dude, it's going to be so awesome, man. If you haven't listened to this book or read the book or listened to the animated new animated drama, it's an audio drama. It's not a book but it's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to see this. It's going to be really fun.
I'm super excited. I'm gonna have to check this out, and that's super excited about this. Besides the fact of Gwendolyn Christie playing Lucifer, I think that's such an interesting choice.
Mhm.
Very interesting choice. Like I
Yeah.
can't wait to see how that turns out.
Mhm. Dream, that'll be so cool. Yeah, I'm so excited for this. But
Well, Greg, I guess that caps up the news that we have here. Want to take a quick break and get into Batwoman?
sure, works for me. Well, folks, we like we said, ad-supported network. We are going to take a brief bump break. 30, 45 seconds. Check us out. These ads help keep the network going. If you're watching live, you, like I said, see peek behind the curtain on what happens, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. So let's do it, man. Let's jump into it.
Let me get out my notepad.
Yeah.
And flush to nope, sorry, not Robin's Reckoning. Batwoman 2, Season 2, Episode 3. Greg, what do you think about this episode?
I like the episode, and I'm enjoying the show. I have a couple issues with this episode. We'll see how well they handle these issues, and I'm going to get your thoughts on them. But overall, man, it's getting good. Once again, I'm not as emotionally attached to some of the characters, so this for me is walking into it, and I don't mind everything they're doing so far. I'm glad that we got the change this week with the hair because I think it looks better. I know that the red it is a staple. It's a classic thing for her, but things change sometimes, and we adjust to those. So I really enjoyed it.
For me, this is going to shock you a little bit, but I'm not like I'm indifferent. I don't know if I'm indifferent, right? Where I'm not excited to watch these episodes yet. Like they haven't caught me. They haven't draw me in. I have more questions. There's more. Like I'm almost more interested about like what's going on with Kate Kane. Like they haven't full on said she's dead. Like now they're dangling this carrot above us that we'll talk about later. But I feel like that may be overshadowing the new Batwoman for me and her whole thing. I'm loving the actress, and we'll have some things that we'll talk about with Luke that reminded me of another character, but didn't go on nearly long enough that would frustrate me as it did that character. But we'll talk about that later. But it was okay episode. I don't know. I really enjoyed Victor Sass. I thought he was played really well, and I thought every scene with him was somewhat terrifying. I thought they nailed that aspect of this episode really well.
Yeah, listening to you describe how you're talking about it, I think I'm more in your ballpark of it, where I'm not excited for it like I used to be whenever Arrow and Flash would come out. Like I remember when Arrow Flash came out, I'm watching it live that night. I'm making time to watch it live that night. This show, I'm not doing that. I enjoy the show, but it's like Sunday night I have off and I could watch it. And I like last night, I was like, I'll watch it tomorrow. So I'm excited to see what happens next, but it's not like it's not on my mind all day about what. Like I remember I used to watch Flash and Arrow when I first started getting into it, and all day long I would think about it. I listen to Flash and Arrow podcasts all day long. So, but this I don't know if this show will ever be that for me. But I'm interested to see where they go.
Spoiler: it will never be that for me.
No, I know it won't.
Just because, like, I had the right amount of time available myself that I would like rewatch multiple episodes every day. So it was like Point a little bit too much there. That was pre-girlfriend.
You may have a problem. Yeah.
Well, it was the same point in time I was skating like 7 days a week. Now that all led me to meeting Jason Momoa, that we'll get into someday later down the line. But
Humble brag.
yeah, it was the most weird, awkward, cool thing ever happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get into this episode because right off the bat, a wife is mistress is there with a husband, and Victor's ass breaks in and kills the husband and kills the mistress in pretty violent fashion, and he was hired by the wife, so that's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. What do you think about that opening scene and the introduction to Zaz with that combined with him marking the 2 more deaths on his body?
Opening scene was very interesting. My wife was paying attention to it in the opening scene. She was very, very intrigued. Like, what are you watching? And I guess when she found out it was Batwoman, she was like, Batwoman. Yeah, she just kind of fell off a little bit. I don't know, she's not as into these shows as I am, which is fine. Very, very interesting opening scene. I loved Zaz in this episode. I think he was the best part of this episode. The actor who played him was awesome. It reminded me of a young John Malkovich from like Con Air, like just a perfect villain. There are very few people you can look at and be like, I love that role as a villain. That guy does a great job. Like, awesome villain.
He reminds me of a character in, I want to say season 1 of Daredevil that is like short and don't say much, that kills a guy with bowling ball. He really like unhinged kind of guy that you wouldn't expect, like how calm he is.
Yeah.
And he just snaps. And this is Zaz too, why Zaz chatting. Like when Zaz hunts down Mary at the end of the episode there, that's terrifying the way he's enjoying it. And when he sees her, we'll talk about that. But I gotta say, I am enjoying still that Ryan's having a hard time in the bat suit. Still not like 100%, like that stumble, the missing with the batarangs, because we haven't seen her practice. So, or she hasn't even acknowledged practicing. So by the end of this episode, she does do that, say, I will practice more kind of deal. But here, I like seeing that stuff instead of her being completely competent with it after a couple episodes. It's not like that here. She's still learning. She's still making mistakes. So what I didn't enjoy was Luke being a little pissant, a little shit, if you will say.
Once again.
A little Cisco, if I'm being honest with you, Greg. A little Cisco. So what do you think about all that?
I hated it, man. And I was like, oh, me and Travis talked about this last week. I hope they don't continue. I hope they don't continue it on in the future. I think based on the end of this episode, maybe they're making a step forward to stop this, which is great.
They concluded this at the end of this episode. I don't think there's any maybes. I don't think there's any maybes.
But yeah, I'm glad that it was only one more episode we had to see this drag on.
Okay, this is why I want to say that I'm so glad they ended it here, because there were remnants of this in the first episode and a lot more in the second episode, and now we're at the third. And I'm really glad they kept it here. Wish it would have kept it in 1, because it really pisses me off. I hate that little trope that they do. They did it with Cisco and the Flash, where Flash went back in time in season 3 and saved his mother, lived in Flashpoint, then realized it was terrible for other people, and went back and changed it. Some other things changed, including Cisco's brother was dead now. Cisco's brother was a complete jerk in the other timeline, but that doesn't even matter. But Cisco blamed Barry, and for, I want to say, a solid 6 episodes, he was contrary. Always talking about, I'm doing this for the mission, not for you. I'll keep our feelings separate. Me. Like, it really got to a point where, like, I was like, when he got on screen, I groaned, and that was really sad, because for the first 2 seasons, I loved Cisco. He was like the wisecracking, said everything that I was thinking, actually, and minus the smart computer nerd. Jingo, like I was not me, but they changed it, and it really made me, like, it took me a little while to be okay with character again, and that's why I was really starting to get pissed off at Luke. I was like, I'm sick of this. Like, I don't want to hear this anymore. Like, you're lucky enough to get somebody feeling for Batwoman. Like, what are you doing here? Like, trying to be too school.
What would you be doing with
Put on the suit. Put on the suit, there, bud. Put on the suit. So I'm glad they ended it by this. But if they were trying to get me to dislike Luke and his actions, they were doing a good job until up to the end of this episode.
I remember in the Flash, that was the point for me where Flash started to go downhill for me. I was just like, come on, dude, pull Cisco out of this dumb thing, because I started hating the character. And then from there, it started going downhill for me pretty good. That was
No, they
third season.
concluded in the invasion crossover, so that was okay. He was that way onward. It was good, but
Yeah. All right. I like in this episode that the news is talking about Batwoman and that it's a new Batwoman and they're loving her. So she's doing it very, very well with the fans.
yeah,
And media.
and they also know that she's a different Batwoman, and
Yeah.
I'm glad, because that'd be stupid if they didn't know. Like but the stuff that really was getting me, Greg, was the like Sophia, like her. Like I don't know if this is an actual DC character or not. Like I'm not really huge into Batwoman comics, so I don't know if this is like a rogue from her rogue gallery. If any of the listeners know, I would love to hear that. But just her presence and the fact that poor Sophie got dragged into this, or it seems like she got dragged into it, but I think eventually down the line we're going to realize that that's not the case at all. That she had her there on purpose.
She is a character in DC Comics.
Okay.
Abilities are charisma, diplomacy, equestrianism, leadership, medicine, and seamanship.
Honestly, that sounded like the worst power set I've ever heard in my life.
So you're a good person that's smart.
Knows how to.
That's what it sounds like. That's convinced. That
knows how to
convince
garden.
people to do things.
That knows how to garden.
Yeah.
But that magic herb as well is just really like is going to be the plot device going forward.
Desert Rose.
Desert Rose. Yeah.
Was this mentioned at all before in any?
Yes, in season 1.
Past? Was it something towards the end, or has it always been like an underlying thing?
Alice stole that, and that was the thing. And Mary used it. That's what they used to get the
vaccine for the bat stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
And now they're discovering.
She didn't realize that it could cure everything.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't realize it could cure cancer and stuff like that, which is what it does here. And Mary is completely surprised by it.
Well, and the other thing is too. Now they talk about everybody that got dosed by it. It has this in their
miracle cure running through their blood, and if you can get that from one of them, you can probably analyze the blood, maybe recreate it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's also shout out to Nathan Wobbly Boots in the chat there. Hello to you as well, gentlemen. Gentle sir. Gentlemen.
He retracted something.
He said you sucked.
Oh,
I told him to retract it. So
yeah.
I got your back, buddy. All the time.
I hear you. Yeah.
So yeah, we've gone forward with that. We had a meeting with we had Zaz again being ruthless, which love every time we've seen him. He's terrifying to me, Greg. Mm-hmm. He's very terrifying.
I'm assuming this is the first time he's been on screen.
Yes.
He wasn't in season 1.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is pretty cool. Yeah. This is new to both of us. Yeah. Like I said, I love the actor. Well, I don't love the actor playing. I don't even know who it was. I love this way this actor portrayed this character.
This performance. Yeah.
Yeah. Did a great job. Let's see. So we get to go to the island now. I can't remember. I'm doing well with everybody's names, but I can't remember the cop's name.
Sophie. That's what I was saying. Sophie.
All right. Sophie. Writing stuff down about this. So the island.
I'm not.
Do you get a lot of?
I'm going to say this. They say her names multiple. They said her name multiple times.
No, I had subtitles on. I was looking for it. I had subtitles on. Looking for it. They didn't say her name. Is this island a big thing from the first season?
This is the first. Don't harp on the first season. Just push forward here now. Let's push forward and focus on, because you're going to have to go back and watch season 1. I can't explain to you everything from season. You're going to have to go back and watch.
I was just asking if it was something from the first season. I got to be honest. I don't know if I want to go back and watch season 1 because I don't want to have the dilemma you have of being upset and being emotionally invested in these characters and then having it changed.
But you're not upset because you know the outcome, and you'll know that while you're watching it, so you won't be like the Batman thing is almost what upset me more than anything else. But the fact that they use skin, we had the first meeting between Zaz and Batwoman, which he kind of gets the best of her and tells her that she's not confident. But I have something that really, really, really angered me about that whole thing.
Tell me.
the rocket launcher,
I was gonna
the
say
shot, the explosion. That was worse than Crypto when he caught the rocket launcher,
yes,
the rocket
yes,
in
yes.
Titans. That was
100% agree.
bad, Greg. They, even
That
the
is not the
concept
way
of
those.
that. But they even
That is not
even
the way
the
those
concept,
things work.
yeah, even the concept was that. Well, he's shooting. What are the chances that he didn't hit anything in his own apartment building and blow it up rather than like shoot across to the other side when he's aiming at her as she's running out of the building? Like, what's the
Mhm.
plan there?
And yeah, more importantly, if you're her, why run? Then you're a
Yeah.
target for a rocket launcher.
Yes, that's
Like
a
the
very
closer
good
you can
point,
get to
Greg.
him, the better you are. He's not
Yes.
going to shoot it in his apartment. Don't
Bring the
run
whole
to the only
building
place he
down.
would shoot it at, you know.
Bring the whole building down.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't understand that either. And also, the Batsuit survived the plane explosion. It was completely in mint condition. So
Yeah. Well,
maybe you might
okay,
be
so
all
so
right.
that leads me to a question I have here. They just I can buy the bat suit surviving the plane crash and being fine because they just said the only thing that can penetrate the bat suit is kryptonite, right? So
Yeah.
how does Ryan make adjustments to the bat suit? If the only
Well,
thing
you
does she have a
have to.
kryptonite needle and
You
thread?
had.
Does she have kryptonite scissors? Like, how do you make adjustments to the bat suit if the only thing
Greg.
they can penetrate is
Greg.
kryptonite?
Did the Batsuit have to be made initially?
Yes, and that's why this
Would
whole
the
the only thing that can
Batsuit
penetrate is
have?
kryptonite thing bothers me. I can
Would
buy it being bulletproof. When you say the only thing in the universe that can penetrate is kryptonite, that it's I don't know. I guess I just gotta put
I
myself in
don't?
disbelief here.
But you could have like, you could have some. Uh, you could coat anything in kryptonite and cut the suit.
I
So
mean,
you could
that's
essentially.
just assuming you just have kryptonite just lying around.
Who owned the suit initially?
It's true. They didn't
Who
even know the
owned the suit
Batmobile was in. They didn't
initially?
even know the Batmobile was in the Batcave the
I'm
whole
not
first
saying they
season.
do, but
Yeah,
yeah, well, hey, it's flimsy. Yes, we start
yeah,
pulling threads here, Greg.
it's true.
You're not gonna like what you're gonna
Things gonna
see.
come unraveled. Yes, that's a good point.
So, but
uh,
yeah, it is kind of confusing there. But the other thing I didn't want to jump over was uh, they use skincare to the skin cream that Zaz uses to catch him or find out where he was who. Shout out Arrow season 2, Doll Maker. That's how they found and caught him. Was using the skin. He targeted women that use specific skin cream, so they targeted that skin cream and found him. So very similar to that here. I wonder if they knew or watched that. That would be something I would be interested in knowing.
hmm. Yeah, I expect you to know those kind of things. I would have never known that had you not told me, though. It's crazy. Let's see.
Alice and Sophia's
Alice and Sophia.
conversation.
Let's
We
talk
got to
about
talk
them.
about this because
Mhm,
Alice was a student of
mhm,
Sophia,
mhm.
her best student.
And we've been led to believe the entire time that Sophia has been the one behind all this stuff, and
She's saying no.
maybe she still is. I don't
I
know.
don't know. I don't know. We can't like from
Yeah,
just if I meet a big bad villain and we got the first appearance. I don't know anything enough to know if she's lying or not.
right.
I don't know
Hmm.
if one of her things is manipulation or if she.
Hmm.
So well, but Alice seems to believe her. So that's all that really needs to know. But even then, Greg, no, I think she is responsible for the Kate stuff because she, at the end of the episode, revealed that she has Kate. So how
Well,
would you
no,
get her unless you're responsible
you're
for
right.
it?
That could be why, and that's one thing that bothers me. This is, you talked about how they were harping on Kate Kane, the Kate Kane thing. They focused on it too much in the last couple episodes, and it's taken away from the new Batwoman. I wanted the story and the conclusion of it. I don't want them to continue dangling this Kate Kane thing around because, as far as I understand it, that actress is not coming back.
You don't.
Right?
I don't know. This makes me not 100% sure as I was before that we
Okay.
couldn't see her come back for a couple episodes.
Okay. I mean, and if that's the case, then maybe so. But it's one of those things where if she's not coming back, I don't want this stuff dangling in the background. Let's stop that story and let's continue with Ryan Wilder as Batwoman and move forward. You know?
Yeah, well, you got, but that's why I'm up two camps. So I'm with you on that.
So you
One
think it's
thing
a
that
real
bothered
possibility that she
what?
could come back? I mean,
Oh
you
yeah,
you,
from
you don't
what
think
the
it's out of?
no, not after that. And you got to realize too one thing: the people at CW uh, were very nice and kind
Mm-hmm.
to let her out of her contract and go on.
Right.
for what it would do to the show, what it would
Mhm.
do to everything. And when, like, I'm a big proponent in this, especially like sports net. If you sign a contract, you got to play to the end of that contract.
Mhm.
You knew the terms going into that contract. You knew what you were getting paid, what you would have to do, and you signed the contract. So
I
they,
agree.
they,
There's a flip
they could
side of that.
sue her.
There's a
They could
flip
sue
side
her
of that
though.
argument too, though.
What's the flip side?
Why
For
does that an owner can trade you anytime they want to? How's that fair? If you have to
No, I'm
honor
just
your side of
talking
the
about
contract
contracts in general. Like, you can't
okay,
trade her from the CW show Batwoman to
to the MCU, why not?
ABC's A Good Doctor. No, you
Yeah,
can't. That's not. Unfortunately, I'm reading about contract
sure.
right now for business law. So
I hear. Hmm.
I, I just it's very curious to me. But I think we could, because, like I said, they let her out. They could have sued her. They could have tied her up in legal everything, forced her to go back. Like,
What if it's
so
all been a ruse just to fool everybody?
I don't think they would do that either. You wouldn't do that to the new Batwoman either. So what I think could happen is you could get her survive by season's end and rescued, and then like
And pass over the mantle? Or
retire with Sophie and pass on the mantle to.
hmm. Okay, I could see that. I'll go with
That's
that.
just a possibility. But now, like, I was saying that, but she wouldn't even do the voiceover for when they were reading the note that was left behind by Ruby to Sophie last episode. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a weird situation,
I
man.
don't know. It makes me question it, which I'm not like I can't dive into. I can't get sucked into it because I'm thinking about that. So uh, I like enjoy the Ryan Wilder and how, like you said, when she alters the bat suit and is a lot more like her, shows a lot more of her attitude, more of her personality,
Hmm.
and I'm really loving
Looks
that.
great. Looks
Yeah,
great. So let's see. Back to the episode real quick. So Sophia needs Alice. We don't know what for yet.
she needs Alice to do something for her.
Yeah, we don't know what yet. And in return, she's going to give her Kate. Is what the
Kate.
idea is.
Yeah,
Um, Mary giving her the job.
Mary's awesome.
Yeah,
Mary's the person I need cheerleading for me in my life.
yeah, yeah. That was pretty cool. So now she has a job with the parole officer, and I love how her parole officer is so in love with Batwoman, and she's almost like against Batwoman talking to her parole officer,
Yeah.
like to find a vigilante and kind of giving it a
Well,
smug
she's like,
look.
I got threw in jail for something, like, and you're there, like, look at this person taking lives in their own hands, beating crap at people, like committing like breaking several lives every night, and
That's
you're
true.
like,
Yeah,
yeah, go, and then you're like,
yeah.
you were out 15 more seconds. If you were late, I would revoke your parole and throw you back in jail. Sensible world, and that's actually a true thing that happens too. So yeah, that's pretty nuts.
Yeah. So parole officer tells her she has to have a home address by next week.
Yeah.
Where you think they're just going to write her in? She got an apartment, or is there going to be some kind of significance behind this? She's going to
I
move in
mean,
with
there's
somebody,
Wayne's and
yeah,
there's Mary's
Mary.
rich too. Somebody can hook her up with an apartment. You know, she's Batwoman.
Yeah.
Give her a condo somewhere.
Yeah. And then at the end, you get the finally moment with Luke giving her the batarangs and saying he's sorry and apologizing, and hopefully this thing's done, which is
It
going
is
to be
done.
great to see them move forward. Is that now? That's a new batarang. Is that a new design? I'm not as familiar with the batarang.
I know it's the same, just a
Same
different,
design.
just
Okay.
different color. Like her design is the exact same emblem as that's work. I'll have to see it line up. I think it might be a little bit thicker
Mhm.
than Kate's, but I
Mhm.
could be wrong. I need to have a look.
They look
line up.
larger, but I haven't
It
really
could be.
gotten a
It
great
could
look
be.
at them either. So
And I love how she said, like, I'm going to practice. I won't lose them. And
Mhm.
he's
well,
like, good.
Luke said they're $1,000 a piece. He was like,
Yeah.
which is weird. They're $1,000 a piece, but then again, it's Bruce Wayne. Spare no expense.
Yeah.
So
Well, you got to be able to fly, like, amazing, digging people. I can understand how they're so expensive.
oh yeah, yeah. And then the Black Mask name drop at the end. And they were talking about what does this guy got?
Yeah.
A wooden mask,
Yeah.
type deal. And I'm not going to give him a picture of just some guy in a black mask. And I was like, oh, there you go. Talking about cutting off the head of the snake.
Got one other drop here. I wonder if you picked it up.
Oh, the Jack Napier.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where he's looking at the photo and it's by Jack Napier, and it says something about Sophia question mark on it, but it's a photo by Jack Napier because they found her phone in the wreckage.
Yeah.
And he was able to open it up and look through it, which I guess undeniably now he's got to know she's Batwoman because there's got to be some kind of.
Well, she's already been told. He's already been told by Alice and realizes it's true when he thinks about everything. Then it pieces it together.
Okay.
One thing that I liked First of all, Alice told Sophie that Sophia has Kate to get Sophie from like not arresting her. She said she needs to do this one thing to get to for Sophia. And then I was surprised that Sophie immediately went to Jacob and told him about it. That
Me
was something
too.
that surprised me, and I hope you don't give him false hope that man can't take anymore.
Yeah. I was really surprised about that too. I was like, oh, that was kind of crazy. You don't know much about what's going on, other than the fact that you held your own in handcuffs against a chick that was pretty well trained to beat you, strapping a knife right in front of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was kind of surprising. But yeah, I mean, that's about it for this episode. That was kind of the end scene, was him looking to the phone, wondering why she's looking for a picture of Jack Napier. Is that? Well, I'm not going to ask you if it was a reference from last season, but anyway, we saw a photo.
Sophia is about Sophia.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
That's what it said. Sophia was written across the picture.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
And he asked about that too. He said, "Was like, what is Sophia? Why was Kate looking into Sophia?" Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's about it for this week. We are all caught up. Show's getting good, or it's been good from what I've seen.
You seem to be enjoying it a bit more than me, which is completely fine too. Like that's not too bad at all. Like I'm sure when it picks up a bit, I'll enjoy it. James Bamford's directing the episode, so I'm sure the action of that episode will be top notch. I want to see more of Javika / Ryan and less. I want to hear less about Kate.
Yes, I agree.
I feel like we're not gonna get that. I feel like we're gonna hear more of Kate in the next coming episodes after getting that stuff.
I think so too. I think that might be like the theme of the season.
Jacob's gonna be fixated on saving Kate. Sophie's gonna be fixated on saving Kate. Luke is gonna think about saving Kate. Alice is gonna be fixated on saving Kate, maybe for her own gains, but still. So I feel like majority of the characters all I'm caring about this season is Kate. So I hope that that's not the case, and I'll be interested to see if that's what they do.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, this is a show that I have to sit down and watch it immediately when it comes out. But whenever I do watch it, I'm engaged and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. I'm not pausing it to see how much time's left. I'm just enjoying it all the way through. It's good sign for me.
Okay, one other thing. Amazon Prime Stack TV. You can kiss my butt. Like terrible for your app. Stack TV is the add-on that you get so that I can watch Batwoman, and there are commercials in the thing, which is fine. I don't care about that. That's not bothersome to me. But what is bothersome, and that I thought it could just be the Roku TV, but I went into the Apple TV and it's the same thing. So watching episodes, there's commercials, and after those commercials air, the TV goes black, the screen goes black, and the episode plays for 20 or 30 seconds, and then I have to fast forward it for 10 seconds, and the picture will come back on. Then I have to rewind it back to 30 seconds total to continue on. That was such a annoyance with me, so that may have been a reason why I wasn't in as good mood watching this, but that was really annoying a couple times. Like it was 3 times during that episode, and I was like, don't like that. That was not. So yeah, Amazon Prime, you'll never hear this, but your interface sucks. I can't believe that.
That is crazy, man. That's like almost having to be your PlayStation.
Both on Roku and
okay.
Both on Roku and Apple TV. I don't have black screens after commercials.
Yeah, that would be really annoying. I agree with that. I'd be pretty pissed off about that. But hopefully they get that fixed for you. So
yeah, well, I don't. We'll see.
All right, man. Well, you want to do it? Take the last break. Jump in the last spot. Okay, cool.
Talk about Snyder.
Folks, once again, we're going to take a real quick break. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, and we're back. Let's do it, man. Let's talk about some Snyder stuff. It's always fun.
We got a lot of news this week, Greg, and I think we'll start off with the most important stuff. It was dropped that we're getting this March 18th.
Yes.
A Thursday.
It's 45 days away, not 46 days away, right?
Yeah. Counting days are hard.
18 and 36. 18, 26, 28 is 40. 46, yeah.
Counting days are hard.
I just forgot that I wasn't supposed to count the last day.
So yeah, Zack Snyder dropped 3 posters and the release date, which is 3/18/21, streaming on HBO Max. There were 3 posters. The first one was Fallen, which was the old JL symbol from the previous OG poster, cracked and stuff over top. But second one is a flag with Justice League flapping in the wind with some cool Easter eggs like Aquaman's trident is there, Wonder Woman's shield. Someone said Batman's cowl is there, but I can't see that.
I can't see it either, and I'm gonna
I've
examine it
looked.
while we're.
I'm not sure. Maybe this is, but I don't know. But I can see for sure the shield and the trident. So that's or the Quindent is there. So
I don't think the cow would be in there because isn't Batman supposed to be the one who survives this apocalyptic thing and like
yeah, I just that could be piece in amongst the rubble. He could have more than one mask. So
yeah.
And the third is a black and white. It's film canister with JL in the front, and I love that it has Snyder's name in red. And if you look even closer in the film, is a picture of them standing up at the remember the end of the trailer where they're standing up waiting for the flying fox to pick them up. In the film canister, you can see the picture of that.
Oh yeah, so that's the part of the film that's rolling out. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. That's awesome touch. And they're called Fallen, Fallen Reborn, and Risen. So and I guess I'll jump into Scott from DC Films Squadcast put out a little thing there showing the two little like references side by side. The first one, like I said, was of the OG poster, and the second one is of the Superman 75 Death of Superman nod with the flag. And Dan Jurgens even like commented that he's a person who did that comic and said like, awesome, this is so cool. So that's super interesting, Greg. What do you think about all that?
Love it, man. Love it, love it, love it. These pictures are absolutely gorgeous. You know, I passed them on to Nathan last Friday. We talked about the Super Civil Servants, and Nathan hadn't seen them yet. So it's always fun for me to break news on somebody because usually I pull a Greg and I always break some news to somebody they heard about a day ago or a week ago or sometimes months ago. It's really interesting, man. I do like Scott's tweet here, the references, and I love it. He says, "I understand these. If you know, you know." That's awesome.
Well, also it's pretty cool that Fallen, Risen, Reborn, like the first poster is of what happened to his JL. Like it fell apart. It felt like it was crushed, it's broken,
shattered. Like
and then the Risen is what I take from this poster as well is the movement, the Snyder Cut movement, taking up the flag for it and forging on ahead, like rising, and then Reborn, the film canisters showing, like, so that it's all next level with him when he does stuff, breaks down stuff like this. It's so cool. And the posters are top level. There's a reason why he worked with Michael Jordan in an ad, because like goats work with goats.
That's true. Goats do work with goats.
Yeah. So we got a new synopsis for this as well. Before I'll read that out, and then we'll talk about how cool this is. Greg,
do to it.
In Zack Snyder's Justice League, determined to ensure Superman's ultimate sacrifice was not in vain, Bruce Wayne aligns forces with Diana Prince with plans to recruit a team of metahumans to protect the world from an approaching threat of catastrophic proportions. The task proves more difficult than Bruce imagined, as each of the recruits must face the demons of their own past to transcend that which has held them back, allowing them to come together, finally forming an unprecedented league of heroes. Now united, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Cyborg, and the Flash may be too late to save the planet from Steppenwolf, the Side, and Darkseid, and their dreadful intentions.
Can't wait to see it. Oh my god.
It's gonna be so
exciting. Yes. It's gonna be so exciting, man. Cannot effing wait to see this, man.
Yeah. Pretty cool. And a lot of rumors that 2/14, February 14th is when the next trailer is going to drop. So if that's the case, you'll hear all that lovely from people who use Twitter, Greg.
I got you. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about that. It's just
I haven't heard anything about that. And I was like,
no, what I'm saying,
people who are on Twitter, not just on our DM chat.
It's just interesting, an interesting date. I mean,
Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I don't know the reference.
2/14 is the runtime, so that's why that's significant.
Oh, yeah, that actually makes a little more sense when you say it like that. So
I thought you knew when I said 2/14. Oh, my bad.
No, I didn't put those two together. So, But yeah, man, super excited to see this.
Cool synopsis, and pretty
Mhm,
much kind of similar to what it was before Whedon took over.
mhm.
So I guess we got to talk about one more other thing that's pretty cool with that, and that is there's a war coming, Greg. With
Yes.
that's a quote. Do you want to tell listeners who that quote is from?
The Martian Manhunter himself, which is
Yeah.
going to be pretty
So
cool.
we're gonna get him. He's gonna be saying things. I don't think he's gonna be telling that Lois in there sitting down when he's pretending to be Mark Kent. So
Mhm.
uh think this uh confirms that he's gonna have more than just that. But if that didn't confirm that he has more than that one scene with Lois, somebody asked Zach and Vero, we're going to see more than him visiting visiting Lois, aren't we? And Zach just gave a winky face to that. So I think
Mhm.
that, along with this, pretty much confirms me. We're going to couple more scenes with Martian Manhunter. I would love to see him fighting with the League at some point. So
Yes.
fingers crossed. I don't see him being alive in the apocalypse world because it's pretty easy to kill him with fire. So
Mhm.
I could be wrong though. Who knows?
I think it's a huge missed opportunity with the hype behind this and how much people are into the idea of it. And I'm sure Zach probably was thinking about this before we even, were excited about it. It'd be a huge missed opportunity if you didn't have some point in time meet Martian Manhunter and the Justice League meet together. Like, yes, I want him in this movie, even if it's just a scene where I just get him and they don't get a meeting with the Justice League. That would suck, but I just feel like I want to see him at some point in time meet up with the Justice League, with the other heroes.
I don't know if we get that. I don't. I'm not putting any expectations on because I'll if I don't see it, I'll be disappointed then.
Yeah, I agree. That's what I
Yeah,
want. You're right. I'm
yeah,
not expecting that.
yeah.
It's just the Unite the Seven. Still, we still haven't. Like, was that supposed to be seven? The seven right there.
Uh, yep. I thought so. Or it could have been Green Lantern. I'm not sure.
Okay, I just want that to make sense. The Unite the Seven. So, but I don't know. But yeah, man. What else we got about Snyder stuff?
That's it. That's essentially it, there, Greg. We pretty much that's
Sorry, had to stop the dog from working.
that's it for Snyder stuff.
That's it
Really.
for Snyder stuff. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I guess all we got is the question of the week and the would you rather left. Then, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Knock
right.
them out. Go hit them.
Let me pull these up here. Let's see. All right. So, oh, wait, that's the SCS one. See, I have so many polls going on everywhere. Here we go. So, question of the week was Zack Snyder's Justice League is a huge success. No surprise. And they've given greenlit a Zack Snyder Justice League 2. Zack comes to you and wants your input on the next character introduced in his Justice League. He gives you the final say on these four choices: Zatanna, Green Arrow, Constantine, and Nightwing. So, winner of this, surprisingly for me, was Arrow. It's who I voted for, but I didn't expect it to be the one that won. So, who did you vote for out of all this? Because I can see you voting for any of these characters. Because I
Arrow
would
is
love to
who I
see
voted
you.
for, but thinking about it, I would probably want Zach to do Constantine because I think he could do that one the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for me, I had so many, and that's what made me choose these fours. Because one, I want to see Arrow on screen. I think first and foremost, that's why I voted for that one. But it'd be really cool to see Nightwing because I'm still waiting to see a Nightwing on screen. It'd be difficult in his world. I guess it wouldn't be difficult. You could just explain Dick Grayson's not Nightwing. This guy is. Just like you explained, Dick Grayson was the one who died. It's his world. But I like the idea of Constantine as a town to come in there because then you can start to get into some Justice League dark stuff and introduce that into this world. But I think any answers here is good. But Green Arrow won 35%, 25 Constantine, 25 Nightwing, 15 Zatanna. So interesting one. I like that one. And then the Would You Rather for this week, which this one surprised me too. It says, would you rather be next in line to have the cape, the cowl, the ring, or the trident? And overwhelmingly, the ring won.
I picked the ring.
For me, it's got to be cape or cowl, simply because I've seen Batman beat Green Lantern a number of times, and
That's
he has
not
the
what
ring.
this is asking though.
And huh?
This is not like uh which one would you rather, and you got to fight their other ones. This is
Well, no,
which one would you
but that's what I'm saying.
rather have,
I'd want to. Oh, okay, I look at that. That's fine.
I'd rather
I
have
guess
my
for
Green
me,
Lantern
I'd
ring
rather.
and
I'd guess I just rather be a Superman or Batman. I
I'd
think I
rather have my
voted
Green
Cal on
Lantern
this
ring
one.
and travel space.
I get that. That makes sense when you put it like that. I was thinking more or less who's the best, who's the strongest, like, type deal. Whenever I was
That's not
voting,
what
but
you asked, my friend.
that
That's
is not what
what
I
you
asked. You're right.
asked.
But, well, that's just my mind. Like I asked which one you'd rather have, but in my mind, that's the way I think about it: is who's the best, who's the strongest. That's the one I'd rather have. Not thinking about, oh well, you could fly around in space with a, ring.
Green Lantern ring.
I don't. Once again, don't think you can go wrong with any of these answers. I try to put some on there that gives some kind of difference, but this one blew it out of the water. 61.9% ring, 14.3 cal, 19% cape, and only 4.8% trident, which is not that surprising. So that's it, man. Those are the two for the week.
That's not all,
Nope.
though. You got to read your
But
messages there.
but there's more.
There's a message for you that you have to be reading in the chat here in Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Comes up on your screen, the same one that let you know. One last thing. Okay. Bring that up. Bring that link up and hit mute and share your screen. So we'll watch that before we go.
Oh, okay.
We're going to watch the season 7 Flash trailer that just came out. Our friend Chris Balga from Marvel Alliance just shared that in the Geek Ultimate Alliance chat. So we're going to watch that right now.
All right.
Let's hope that is somewhat positive. Put on closed captions if you can, Greg. Is up in the little dots up in the top there. Just so we got some sort of handle on what's going on.
Oh my gosh. Hang on a second. We'll talk about this. Let me go.
Okay, so just some Flash like lovey-dovey stuff. Iris seems like she might be showing some symptoms. Yeah, showing symptoms from Mirrorverse. They need to get her back first. I wonder what will happen to her. Oh, this is just going to culminate the Mirror Master storyline.
Okay. I got to be honest, man. I've been so far away from Flash. None of this is really. I mean, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna jump back into it. I'm gonna watch it again. Maybe it'll make me want to go back and watch the few seasons I missed. But I'm liking the suit. I know it's changed a lot over the years.
Oh, you better than. So let's hope that.
And that was Tom Cavanaugh. You brought on, right?
Yeah, that's the only one besides a couple episodes and Legends.
Doesn't he? Okay. I'm confused about that. But yeah, I'm excited for that.
Tom Cavanaugh's the actor.
Yeah, he's the actor that plays him in the first and second season. But later on,
he's always the actor that plays him minus a couple episodes and in season of Legends.
Okay. Maybe that's what I'm thinking.
Different face, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking about that. Okay.
Yeah, that doesn't. Fun fact, that doesn't do much for me there. I'm going to reserve judgment for the show, but the show has really been letting me down the last couple seasons. So, knock on wood that it's good, Greg. But initial reactions, meh. So
I think after your reactions for the Crisis trailer, you've tempered your expectations with this a little bit.
No. If it's a good trailer, I teared up at the Zack Snyder Justice League trailer and the Batman trailer. I blew my mind off. So no, it's just about that didn't do the Superman Lois minute trailer did a lot more for me than that did. So
okay, yeah, I'll agree. I mean, once again, I didn't get to see the whole thing right there while I was doing it, but Wallaby said, Nathan says, I bet he's not fast enough until the very end. Then finally, he's fast enough. Yeah.
Well, Nathan, he doesn't have the Speed Force right now, so you're right. He's not fast enough. And then when he gets the Speed Force back, he probably.
So they found the new way to write that in, huh? That he's not quite fast enough.
In his defense, his show or him had nothing to do with the Speed Force dying. It was because of Oliver. So at the end of crossover. So that was out of their hands, but it was an easy, convenient way to take Flash's powers away. Like Nathan said, that's a go-to trope for them. We'll see. We'll have reviews on that when that show hits. So
yeah,
I'll
definitely watch it. Let's get out of here, man. Got anything else?
That's it.
All right, buddy. Where can they find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at Travis_156. You can drop me a line. We can chat about DC anytime. I also co-host Superhero Discussions with Greg here on Fridays. That drops on the Geek Ultimate Alliance feed. We covered Raven's Reckoning last week. Such a great episode. 10s across the board. That's going to give you a little bit of spoilers there, but find out why we got to 10 when we gush about how great that two-parter is. And Joker's Favor, which actually was a pretty solid episode as well.
Yeah, enjoyed them. Don't even know what the episodes are coming up next week, but anyway.
Can't tell you that.
Huh? Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't asking for it. I was saying I hadn't looked it up. You can find me at the BatDaddy52 on Twitter. That's my personal handle. Check me out. I'm on these shows with Travis Mondays and Fridays. Yeah. Super Civil Servants podcast on Fridays. C3 Panthers podcast on Tuesdays, and then every once in a while you can find me kind of hoarding myself around other shows. So check out the Geek Ultimate Alliance for all your needs, and we'll be here every day of the week to bring you new stuff. But until next week, y'all keep pounding.
Later, everyone.
All right. Let me go handle some of this stuff real quick because I've had like 6 people walk in the room while I'm podcasting. So this is why I wait till 9 o'clock.
Turn off the live.
Oh, yeah. Let me do that too.